Did you know back then that you would get along with Quentin Tarantino, you'd be friends and buddies?
From
Pulp Fiction?
The audition for, I actually auditioned for Reservoir Dogs and didn't get the job. And I ran into him at Sundance when they were doing the first screening of it, and I walked up to him and said, man.
Say what again?
Awesome movie. This movie is so great. And he said, how'd you like the guy who got your part? And I was like, the movie would have been much better with me in it.
Duh! Yeah. What do you think I'm going to say?
I'm writing something for you right now. And I go, you remember me? He's like, yeah, man. I'm writing something for you right now. You're going to get it soon. And Pulp Fiction came in the mail like 2 weeks later.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa.
Wow.
There's something magical about the way Samuel L. Jackson speaks Quentin Tarantino's dialogue. It is not just performance, it's more like rhythm and music, like fury wrapped in poetry. Tarantino is, in my opinion, the cinema's greatest writer of dialogue. He crafts speeches that are theatrical, layered, often indulgent, and in the wrong hands, those speeches could feel like just words. Clever words, yeah, but heavy, awkward, even clumsy. But in Samuel's mouth, they come alive. They become immortal. Think of Jules in Pulp Fiction pointing a gun at Brett's face, quoting scripture as if it were holy wrath. On the page, it is a biblical passage with a gangster twist, but Jackson turns it into thunder. He makes it funny, terrifying, and mythic all at once. And that's why, for 3 decades, Quentin has never been able to let him go, because without Samuel L. Jackson, Tarantino just does not sound the same. Quentin is obsessed with style, with coolness, with excess, with cinematic swagger, and Samuel L. Jackson embodies that better than almost anyone. When he plays Ordell Robbie in Jackie Brown, he does not just speak the lines, he slouches into them, makes them casual and playful. He can be cracking a joke one moment and threatening murder the next, and the shift feels completely natural. That balance between charm and menace is at the heart of Tarantino's characters, and Jackson nails it every single time. It's not that Tarantino could not hire another actor. He could, but would anyone else sell those words with the same confidence? Would anyone else turn a throwaway insult or a casual threat into a moment audiences quote 30 years later? Probably not. There's also history here. Both Tarantino and Jackson grew up loving the same kinds of movies: grindhouse flicks, kung fu imports, spaghetti westerns, and blaxploitation classics. So when Tarantino writes dialogue steeped in those influences, Jackson is not just performing, he's channeling something he knows, something he lived through as a moviegoer. Look at Jackie Brown. Tarantino based it on Elmore Leonard's novel, but infused it with his obsession for 70s cinema. And who better to play the villain than Samuel L. Jackson, a man who not only understands blaxploitation, but also helped define how modern audiences sees it. It's why Ordell feels authentic, not just a parody of a 70s gangster, but a continuation of that tradition. Jackson does not act the part, he embodies it. And then there's Quentin Tarantino's dialogue itself. It's long, it meanders, it builds tension slowly, sometimes dragging a simple point into a 5-minute conversation. Many actors would drown in that much dialogue. They'd lose their rhythm, lose their energy, but Jackson thrives on it. He has a voice that's both commanding and playful, capable of carrying entire monologues without losing the audience. In The Eightful Eight, Major Warren reads aloud his so-called Lincoln letter. The scene goes on, but you hang on every word, not because of the content alone, but because of the delivery. Jackson makes it sound like scripture, like performance art. Or take Django Unchained. Jackson plays Stephen, a cruel house slave who wields power by manipulating his master. On paper, he's a supporting character, but Jackson turns him into the most memorable figure in the film. Every line drips with venom, humor, and intelligence. Quentin writes the words, but Samuel transforms them into fire. The other secret to their partnership is range. Need a character who's hilarious? That's Jules. Need someone terrifying? That's Ordell. Need gravitas? That's Major Warren. Need cruelty and theatrical villainy? That's Stephen. No matter the role, Jackson gives Tarantino exactly what he needs, and then some. And Quentin knows it. He knows that whatever he writes, Jackson can deliver. Whether it's a whisper or a roar, Jackson makes sure the words land. That kind of reliability is rare, and once a director finds it, they never let go. But you know, it's not just about talent, it's also about audience expectation. For movie fans, Samuel Jackson is part of Tarantino's brand. When you see his name in the cast list, you know you're getting at least one unforgettable monologue, at least one speech that'll stick in your head forever. Audiences expect it, they want it, and Tarantino delivers. It's the same kind of relationship Scorsese had with Robert De Niro. Once you found the perfect performer for your cinematic voice, why would you let them go? It is telling that Tarantino himself has called Jackson one of his greatest collaborators, not just an actor he works with, but a creative partner. Because Jackson does not simply perform the lines, he reshapes them, he owns them, he gives them power that goes beyond the page. Let's go back to Pulp Fiction. Tarantino wrote Jules as just another gangster, but Jackson walked in and transformed him into one of cinema's most iconic characters. He gave Jules rhythm, authority, and soul. Tarantino later admitted the role became Samuel L. Jackson's role. That kind of alchemy, where the actor and the director elevate each other, is rare, and Quentin knows it. So why can't he quit Samuel L. Jackson, you might ask? Because Jackson is not just another actor in his films. He's the voice, the fire, the soul of Tarantino's dialogue. He takes clever words and makes them unforgettable. He makes violence sound biblical, humor sound menacing, and pulp sound like poetry. Without him, Tarantino would still be great, but with him, Tarantino's words become immortal. That's why Jackson will always ride alongside Tarantino, because together they've built some of the most iconic characters and moments in cinema.